I look forward to our continued collaboration with the shared goal of upholding the fine reputation of this college. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce our Dean, Dr. Shannon Campbell.
Good afternoon, friends and colleagues. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today, and welcome again to our second annual Celebration of Excellence. I speak on behalf of the entire leadership team of the college when I say it's a pleasure for us to be here and to be able to spend a few hours together with our colleagues as one unified college. And so if you're an associate dean, a chair, an assistant chair, a program coordinator, or a graduate director, will you please stand so we can acknowledge your hard work? Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and thank each and every one of you for collectively acknowledging our leadership team. Day in and day out, they display excellence. And as you can see, we are all here today to do just that, to acknowledge the excellence that exists in this room. More importantly, we're here to relax with one another, laugh with one another, and support each other as one caring community. Since our last celebration of excellence, we've weathered storms together, we've adapted to new policies and procedures, ASOPs. We have pivoted to ensure that we have a safe and compliant college, and we've made sure that we have exceeded consistently the expectations of senior leadership at this university. And we've adjusted, some of us, to even new physical locations. And while it hasn't always been an easy path to traverse, we continue to move forward together. We continue to navigate our way to success over and over, again and again. And as a result, I remain in awe, and I mean this with the most genuine sincerity. I remain in awe of the resilience of this college. When I arrived as dean in academic year 21-22, and that's fiscal year 2022, I promised that together with hard work, we would raise over $1 million as a college. And thanks to the leadership, hard work, and devotion of our Director of Development, Mrs. Laura Lockridge, that year we raised $1,382,157. And the following year, last year, we raised $1,790,118. Laura, will you please stand to be acknowledged? Laura, you're one of the reasons that we're able to continue to do differently, and everyone in this room makes us who we are. Everyone in this room is an integral part of this college, and you're the reason that we have become a destination for scholars, for researchers, for educators, for students, for practitioners, for staff members who want to be a part of what we're doing, to be a place where excellence and innovation converge. And I'm honored to share the ways that excellence and innovation currently converge in our college. And I'm going to start by acknowledging some of the achievements of our students and their mentors. I'm going to acknowledge some of our faculty, and I'm going to note some of the incredible events that we've created as a college. And then I'm going to transition to the awards portion of our program, where we'll start with a really exciting award that I'll talk to you about when it comes up. But let's talk about some of the excellence that we see day in and day out as a college. First, I'd like to express my congratulations to a student, Vic Stoker. She's the winner of the Pinnacle Award in the student category for her incredibly designed and masterfully built Jude turntable. Vic is the future of furniture design, and we're so proud of her and our devoted faculty colleagues like Professor Richard Prisco, who encourages, inspires, and unleashes the creativity of his students. The Fine & Stock Furniture Library concluded its third annual Future Designer Summit by awarding scholarships to 3 exceptional students, including John Canapel, an industrial design student from the Applied Design Department. John was awarded the Varellin Furniture Scholarship out of students who applied from 14 colleges and universities around the country. Professor Richard Prisco was instrumental in guiding John and other students in applying for this award. And Austin Liebgott. Austin won second place nationally at the 2023 IHA Student Design Competition at the International Housewares Association Inspired Home Show competition this year. Austin was awarded second place for his creation of the Alma Produce Keeper and Ripener. His recognition was complemented by a $2,300 award for its innovation, attractive packaging, and solution to food waste. Again, Professor Richard Prisco assisted in mentoring Austin. Well, someone in that department, did a phenomenal job. Tamron Hall's Fashion and Fitness Stars We Love episode featured App State Apparel Design and Merchandising 2020 graduate Rachel Stevens, and it focused on up-and-coming designers. Dr. Anthony Wilson was also featured on this show and was the faculty member who encouraged Rachel to apply to be featured on the show. Congratulations to industrial design Ben Pepitone, who earned the prestigious first place position in the Robert Bruce Thompson Lighting Design Competition. Michael Rawl, the Associate Professor of Industrial Design and also the Assistant Chair in the Department of Applied Design, guided the students throughout the design process as he offered valuable insights and expertise. Tom Reeves led GCM students to their first place finish overall in the nationally competitive Phoenix Challenge. This competition starts with a year-long problem-solving project, and it included participation from over 25 institutions in the country. And it culminated in a formal presentation to a panel of industry judges. The team included Maddie Felker, Heather Byron, Rebecca Hartung, McNeil Johnson, and Sean Byron. Leela Aruza, who graduated from the Department of Art this past spring, was recognized with a $15,000 grant as the 2023 Wingate Lamar Fellow. She was one of 10 artists selected from a national competition. Frankie Flood, our studio art faculty colleague, was recently part of the 4x6 invitational small group exhibition curated by metalsmiths Boris Bally and shown in Notting Hill, London, England. His piece was a teapot that was made from recycled London bus panels, and the proceeds from the exhibition sales benefited assisted living for disadvantaged people in London. Noah Cornelius, an electronic media broadcasting major in the Department of Communication, will be joining NBC 26 Northeast Wisconsin as their newest neighborhood reporter. Noah is currently a reporter and multimedia journalist and anchor, as well as a production technician with App TV, as well as an on-air talent with WASU-FM. That's 90.5 on your radio dials. He's certainly one of our shining stars, and he was recently awarded second place at the Student Sports Competition, Video Sports Talent from the Broadcast Education Association, which is a national competition. And at that competition, App TV was recognized as one of BEA's 2 signature stations in the country, a high honor for a student-run channel. And NOAA credits Kevin Wilson, who recently departed the university, and one of our new hires, Bob Dillner, as being his outstanding mentors in this area. App TV and Appalachian Weekly News received multiple awards at the ACP, that's the Associated Collegiate Press, and they did this in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a national community of collegiate journalists and advisors. Their faculty advisor, Dr. Allison Bennett Dyke, was instrumental in leading the students who won the awards that you see on the screen. Chris Moody, a communication lecturer in electronic media, broadcasting, and digital journalism, was recently published in the Washington Post for his article entitled The Enduring Allure of Cheap Old House. He was also recently published in the Atlantic magazine for his essay, Life Really Is Better Without the Internet. We are thrilled that our students are taught by professors who are also leading practitioners and certainly nationally recognized journalists. Chris has also been featured in the New York Times, ABC News, New York Magazine, and Outside, among other publications. Dr. Volha Kananovich is part of a team that has secured a $1.7 million grant administered by the University of Iowa. Dr. Kananovich is the principal investigator in the project, which will identify and measure user and platform vulnerabilities to strategic information operations. And out of 130 grant applications, theirs was one of 11 selected for this award. App State's ROTC Ranger team came in first on the 6-mile ruck march for the second year in a row, and they placed third of 39 teams overall at the 4th ROTC Brigade's Ranger Challenge competition. In the individual full marathon competition, our female team won first place, and our App State male team in the full marathon competition won first place at the Mountain Man Memorial March. Our ROTC Persian Rifles Company M4 varsity rifles team won best overall at its national competition in Washington, D.C., and the department commissioned over 20 second lieutenants in the past year, 15 in May and another 5 in September. Sustainable Development student Bella Carpenter has been invited to attend the Nepal study abroad with Dr. Baker Perry. Bella was nominated and supported by Chairperson Dr. Jennifer Westerman from the Sustainable Development Department. And Frontline to Farm has helped military veterans over the past 2 years transition to careers in sustainable farming. Frontline to Farm also helps veterans reconnect with the land, helps mitigate climate change, and build community among veterans. Doctors Ann Fanatical and Lynn Gibbard are instrumental in providing leadership for this vital community engagement work. Carol Coulter was inducted into the Western North Carolina Agricultural Hall of Fame. She is one of a very small handful, less than 3 women, inducted into this Hall of Fame. Carol is an instructor in sustainable development and is the owner of Heritage Homestead Goat Dairy. She was instrumental in creating the High Country Food Hub. She's the founding mother and former executive director of Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture and is on the executive board of Farm Cafe. Student Ben Pluska was named Rachel Carson Campus Fellow, a nationwide honor, as a University and Sustainable Development Honor Student. They created the Toxic Land Lifescapes exhibition that was featured at the Looking Glass Gallery here in the Student Union in November. And Ben is currently working on their honors thesis, Sensing Environmental Injustice Amidst Late Industrialism in Eastern North Carolina, under the leadership of Dr. Rebecca Witter. Sustainable Development's practitioner in residence, Laura England, was one of 15 university faculty and staff from around the country selected to be part of the All We Can Save Project's Climate Wayfinding Program. This was a 4-day workshop focused on supporting climate leaders. Dr. Rita Joyner was awarded the Women in Clean Energy Award. Dr. Joyner led Women in Clean Energy initiative over the past 2 years. Her monumental work to build out an inclusive community for women in the clean energy field has generated critical momentum toward diversifying the industry. STBE hosted the inaugural Construction, Design, and Sustainable Technology Career Fair to connect employers and students in this popular discipline. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Students and faculty from the Department of Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment traveled to Colorado for the U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon 2023 Design Challenge. App State won first place in the retrofit housing division. This was a national competition that featured 57 finalist teams from 44 collegiate institutions. Dr. Arazo Sadoe is the principal investigator of a nearly $300,000 grant from the USDA Forest Services to provide an innovative solution to affordable housing in the Appalachian region. Emily Daughtridge, a professor in theater and dance, was the recipient of the 2023 Appalachian State University Excellence in Teaching Awards. And the Morse performance, directed by Dr. Paulette Marty, was honored with the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival Award. Dr. Davidson, who is also a member of the theater and dance department, had a poem that's been nominated for the prestigious Pushcart Prize, which is an American literary prize that honors the best poetry, short fiction, essays, or literary work published in the small presses over the past year. And one of our newest theater and dance faculty members, Professor Solani, presented Unraveling the Threads, Exploring Indian Theatrical Costumes at the Global Symposium. I'd like to thank all of the students, faculty, and staff who we just acknowledged, and I'd like to have you all stand because you demonstrate the ways in which innovation and excellence converge in our college. Please stand to be recognized. And I think it's really important to note that the overwhelming majority of the awards that I have mentioned have happened since our State of the College address. So we'll have another opportunity at the end of the semester, or the end of the academic year, at our College Connect event to continue to come together and really acknowledge the excellence that permeates our college, that is just the underpinning of our college. Now, you recall I promised I was going to talk about a new and exciting award that we're going to present this year. This is something we didn't have at last year's Celebration of Excellence, and that is the Dean's Junior Faculty Innovation Grant. And I'd like to talk to you for a moment to explain how this grant even came into being. Each year I meet with first through third year, so our new junior faculty, and I explain to them that they are here and they are on the tenure track because everyone in this room believes in them. And I want to know how I can support them, especially as they go through their third year reappointment process. And so last year, we had our second and third year faculty together, and I asked, what can the dean's office do? What do you need most? And they said, we need funding. We need some sort of a grant that will allow us to continue to innovate. That's going to help us the most as we go through this third year reappointment process. And so I said, okay, now you all know how much money our college has. I had no idea how we were going to do it, but I was like, okay, I can make that happen. And luckily, I convened my dean's team. Associate Dean Clayman, Associate Dean Miller, and the Dean's Fellow, Dr. Lowe. And they really helped to come up with ideas about how we could fund this project. And for me, it's really important that we make sure this is sustainable. So we also came up with a sustainability plan. And I think all of the junior faculty who you see who were nominated and submitted an application, we all owe a debt of gratitude to our more senior faculty who are going out and receiving external funding. Because what this dean's team decided to do was to take the F&A money, that's the small amount of money that comes back to the college from every external grant that our senior faculty members get, and to use a small portion of that to fund this grant. And if you know Chris Clayman, when it comes to finance, he was like, okay, we can do this sustainably. And then Associate Dean Miller came up with the idea of saying, even though these are junior faculty, let's make sure that there's an opportunity for them to continue to be a part of this financial sustainability loop. So as part of the rubric that we evaluated these applications on is the likelihood that these grants will receive university funding and also external funding. And once they receive external funding, they'll continue to put into this fund that then supports our younger, less seasoned, shall we say, tenure track faculty. And so this is a way that the entire college has come together to support our junior faculty in a way that they identified that they needed help the most. So I'd like to applaud everyone in this room because you all contributed to this award. So thank you. So I'd like to call the dean's team up here because you each were such an integral part of this award. So Dr. Lowe, Dr. Miller, please join me on stage as we honor our very first inaugural CFAA Dean Junior Faculty Grant Award winner. And so we'll ask the winner, if the winner is here, to join us on stage. And the winner is Dr. Aubrey. Dr. Ogwu couldn't be with us today, but he did want to thank the team that went over all the applications. And I would like to say this to all of the nominees for that award. You made this really hard for us. I mean, we developed a rubric based on the call, but even with the rubric, it was a really tough decision. There was not one of you that stood head and shoulders above the other. All of the awards, all of the applications were thorough, and they were innovative and really demonstrated excellence. So thank you all for applying for this, and we hope that you will continue to apply next year. Thank you. Okay, well, I'd like to turn the mic over, to Associate Dean Miller, and he will not only acknowledge the committee that is responsible for selecting our college-level outstanding awards, but he's going to announce each of those winners. So, thank you.
Do you all think I need this? Yes. Really? You think I need this? You think I need this? Okay. I really don't want to use that, so I'm just going to turn it over there, and I'm going to project. I can't, because the cameras. Bob, I needed that more. Okay, I needed that sooner. All right, what's good? Hi, everybody. That's Ed saying hi. Thank you. All right, so it is a privilege to present today on behalf of the College of Fine and Applied Arts and our amazing colleagues who have served on the awards committee, the 2023 edition of the CFAA Outstanding Awards. And I'd like to personally thank Michael, nice picture, John, nice picture, Ed, yeah, it's a good picture, okay? Rebecca from Sustainable Development, who I don't see with us today, Sherry, Rebecca, there she is, hi, and Susan from Theater and Dance. The work that you all do is really, you make the job of coordinating the awards program far easier. You have great feedback on the process and help to make this process smoother, which is increasingly challenging because we have such excellent nominees every year. The Outstanding Awards program was initiated in 2002 to recognize and celebrate the work of our faculty colleagues in the dimensions of scholarship and creative activity, service, and teaching. Our awards program also acknowledges our exceptional CFAA staff. I think we can all admit without whom we could not hope to survive. And we do this with the creatively named Outstanding Staff Award. The Outstanding Advisor Award was created in 2018 to appreciate the work of faculty who advise and mentor students across the arc of their academic journey. And I just dropped in a dad joke about our CFAA Academic Advising and Records Team, or ARC.
I got it.
Thank you. Okay. As the Outstanding Award program enters its third decade, we are grateful for the sustained excellence across our college community, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to present those awards today. So, we will begin with the Outstanding Advisor Award, which recognizes faculty advisors that communicate academic requirements accurately. I know that Dr. Poole, Ms. Heggie, and Ms. DeRivere will appreciate that. Support student development academically and professionally, and demonstrate care for their advisees. CFA is pleased to announce this year's Outstanding Advisor recipient is from the Department of Sustainable Development. He's just running the table.
My name is Ann Fanatico, and I'd like to make some comments about an award for Matt Ogwu. Matt is very deserving of the Outstanding Advisor Award from the College of Fine and Applied Arts. He expects a lot from his students, and students have nominated him for this award, and they've contributed comments, which is a very powerful testament. Here's some of the comments. Dr. Ogwu has displayed extreme patience, accountability, and guidance in my advisement throughout the Sustainable Development curriculum. Professor Ogwu is an amazing, albeit intimidating advisor. He responds to emails in a timely way and will go out of his way to answer questions or solve problems for his students and advisees. Although I've never taken a class with Professor Ogwu, he has remembered me from our Zoom advising meetings and taken into account things I mentioned in the past when we meet. He's pretty much solely responsible for providing me the opportunity to attend the study abroad trip to Costa Rica, because he remembered I was interested after the deadline date and let me know of an available spot when another student dropped out. I run into many problems with registration, figuring out classes to take, and he's been patient and helpful with every situation. He's tough, but he really cares about his students and wants them to succeed. I personally, and I had the opportunity to work closely with Matt and students this past summer. Matt and I worked together on the STEPS project with the RIEEE. We put together a research experience for undergrads, REU, last summer for students to conduct research on nutrient cycling with phosphorus in agriculture and local food systems. I got to see him in action full-time, guiding students through literature review with plants that accumulate phosphorus and associated mechanisms in the lab, in the field with students, investigating interactions among microbes in the soil that enhance phosphorus cycling. He taught scientific skills to students, including materials sampling, field notes, and even compost collection. He also helped the students engage in the community and local food system. In work this fall together, even more undergraduates were actually excited to slaughter chickens with Matt to sample the microbiome in the chicken GI tract. Our faculty offer perspectives on students' academic pathways. Matt Ogwu goes much further and offers them a global perspective. Matt meets the university's mission to shape students into globally minded, responsible members of society who engage with and actively contribute to their communities. Congratulations, Matt.
Dr. Westerman, would you come and accept the shiny medal on behalf of Dr. Ogwu? It's very shiny. So, yeah, see? Dr. Lowe knows.
I want to say thanks on behalf of Matt. I'm sure he really will treasure this.
Yeah. It'll give him something to clink around at commencement, which is always helpful. So we will move on to our next award at this time, the Outstanding Scholarship Creative Activity Award, which recognizes the recent scholarly and creative accomplishments of our colleagues in their academic disciplines and professional fields. This year, CFA is excited to announce the Outstanding Scholarship Creative Activity recipient is
Hi, my name is Rick Reingans. I'm a professor in the Sustainable Development Department. It's my pleasure to talk a little bit about Rebecca Witter and her research. Over the last 7 years, I've gotten to know Rebecca's work and been incredibly inspired by both her work in South Africa or Southern Africa and her work in North Carolina. There are a couple things about Rebecca's work that I find really challenging in the good sense that they challenge me and inspiring. One of them is that her work is always meaningful. She takes on projects where the generation of knowledge has the potential to create real change. And she doesn't just think about this as something that could happen. She thinks about how to create that change, how to transform that knowledge into some change that actually matters to communities that are affected by environmental hazards or environmental issues. Second thing that I think is really important or again inspiring about her work is that it's engaged. She doesn't just do this herself. She does this by working with the people who are affected. She does the hard work of creating partnerships, and I'd say hard work because I know it is hard work, to create these partnerships that are truly equitable and collaborative and actually serve those communities in important ways. And again, whether that's communities addressing environmental justice issues in North Carolina or conservate or kind of park staff in Southern Africa who are affected by conservation development challenges there. So that putting in that time is really important. The other thing that I think is really amazing in her work is her ability to integrate different disciplines. Over the last couple of years, she's developed an EJ collab, and she would certainly say that she's co-developed it with many other people in biology, anthropology, and most importantly in the community. But the idea of really bringing to the table the disciplines that need to be there or the approaches that need to be there to answer the questions, rather than just kind of figuring out, well, what can I answer myself? Really figuring out who needs to be at the table to answer those questions. I say her work challenges me because as I read it and learn it and can learn about it, I think like, oh, I need to do that better too. So anyway, it's been my real pleasure to get to know her work, and I'm excited that she gets this recognition for the amazing work that she does. Thanks.
Come on down, Dr. Witter. Get your shiny medal. What do you all think about those videos? These are pretty slick, right? Just look over there at PJ. Wave, PJ. You did good work, man. All right. Okay. Next up, the Outstanding Service Award recognizes those faculty members in our college community that consistently step in and step up with enthusiasm. I mean, enthusiasm for their programs, departments, college, and university through a commitment to the often thankless but always critical service activities that define how an institution functions. This year, CFAA is pleased to share the outstanding service recipient is
I'm Carolyn Eady, a professor of digital journalism in the communication department. What is remarkable about Ashley's record of service is that it is so pervasive, consistent, and meaningful. And it also shows how much she cares about making a difference and making things better all the time. Since Ashley first arrived at App State, she has tirelessly and continuously found ways to serve our department, our students, our community, and our university as a whole, as well as her academic discipline. She has been a champion of service learning, and she has also been a champion of DEI in our department and across the university, not just through formal roles such as serving on the Chief Diversity Officer's Advisory Board or advising the Asian Student Association, but also as a committed advocate and ally for her students and her colleagues. Even without knowing Ashley's long record of service, anyone who spends any time with her soon discovers that Ashley is someone who enthusiastically and wholeheartedly shows up wherever she is needed, and often without anyone having to ask. Congratulations, Ashley.
Come on down, shiny medal time. Next, we recognize the outstanding staff in the College of Fine and Applied Arts with the Outstanding Staff Award, which acknowledges the irreplaceable contributions of our staff and work that exceeds the expectations of their job descriptions to the college, its faculty, and its students. Please join me in congratulating this year's Outstanding Staff recipient.
Hello there, my name is Mark Miller, and I'm the Record Specialist Supervisor here in the Dean's Office for the College of Fine and Applied Arts. And I'm here today to congratulate Amy Miller on receiving the Outstanding Staff Award this year. Amy, your knowledge and your expertise with the university and our college and the information you provide for our faculty, staff, and students doesn't go unnoticed, and that's one of the reasons you're receiving the award today. You're also a great team player. We appreciate your collaboration and your efforts that you put into that. You're very organized. We appreciate that. You do a great job meeting deadlines, things of that nature. So I just want to say congratulations again. Best of luck to you in the future, and we hope you're here for a long time.
Come on down, Amy. I just want to acknowledge that the mission to have all of the records team be named Miller is ongoing. Beth is resistant to the name change form that I keep sending her every semester, but this is a no relation Miller fiefdom. And thank you, Amy, for not only posting deadlines, but holding me accountable to them. Finally, the Outstanding Teaching Award recognizes the work of our full-time faculty colleagues to impart knowledge, inquisitiveness, and an urge to innovate to our students, with healthy dashes of concern for their intellectual growth, inclusive practice, and content expertise mixed in to make our classrooms, which are labs, shops, stages, and studios, the most innovative spaces at App State. This year, CFAA is pleased to announce the Outstanding Teaching recipient is
My name is Erin Etheridge, and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Art, and I am the Foundations coordinator. And I'm so excited that Isla is receiving this award. I think she's so deserving of this award. I have gotten to witness Isla's teaching a lot over the last several years. When I first started teaching the Art for Social Change class several years ago that she created, I actually sat in on a really large amount of her summer course, Art for Social Change, and I just like filled a notebook up with notes from that class. She was just such an incredible instructor to witness, to just see how like radically present she is in the room with her students, how she makes space for so many different conversations in the context of that class. And since then, it's just been so awesome to see her develop the Penland program and have both like a huge vision for what this could be, and also just be incredible at sort of navigating all of the little bureaucratic details necessary to make something this spectacular happen. To see her, you know, get so much grant funding for students to participate in this program. I know it's been so transformative for our students, and she's just a force to be reckoned with. So congratulations, Isla.
Come on down, Isla. Congratulations, Isla. Now, I believe at the conclusion of this award ceremony, all of those who just got shiny medals and proxies for shiny medals will come down and get their photo taken for the things that PJ does so well. But to close this year's awards presentation, I'd like to do a thing to congratulate all of our outstanding award recipients and nominees. For those of you who know or know me, you might rightly guess what's coming and the legacy from which it comes. For those who don't yet know, I need you to find a short-term mentor. So if you're nearby somebody who has been here a long time, just look over, make some eye contact, follow the cues, because it's really difficult what we're about to do. It's time for the one clap. Okay? One big clap. All right? It works on a 3 count. That's 1, 2, 3, and then clap. Not any other variation of this theme. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then clap. Okay? Thank you, Devin. Thank you. You know. After 3. So with that, are we ready? On my count. 1, 2. How am I not surprised? It's Welsh. I'm not surprised. We're going to try again. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was good. Thank you very much. I'd like to point to our College Connect event in the spring, April 27th of 2024, where we will come back together as a college community to talk more about what we do so well, how we add value to this campus every single day. So thank you very much, and I believe that it's your floor. Okay. Yep.
Okay, well, we're nearing the end, but there's one thing I'd like to say about our next College Connect event. We're adding something different and new this year, and we are going to have all of our, what was OCSA, but is now RTL, reassigned time leave. All of our colleagues who were on leave for fall and also the previous spring, we will invite them to present their research, their findings, what they did at the College Connect event. So it is very important for us to come together as a community and to support our colleagues who really have done some phenomenal things. I've gone to some of the individual presentations, and I think we all will get a lot out of them. And as I come to a close, I'd like to personally thank just some special groups of people who make our college a phenomenal place for me to lead. I'd like to start with our military science and leadership colleagues who are unable to be here today, who are out training. Also the ROTC cadre and the staff. Again, unfortunately, they are unable to be with us, but I am proud of the empowerment position that they took to enfranchise our ROTC cadets, to receive more favorable contracts with our campus partners, and for consistently leading our region in a variety of competition, proving that our cadets are not only Army strong, but they're Mountaineer strong. And for over 50 years, this program has produced leaders of character. And I think it's that character piece that sets us apart from other ROTC programs. And for that, we're grateful. I'd like to also acknowledge the art department. We share a home together, if you call it a home. But we are in the same building. And I want you to know, I've said this before, but that I see you. I see how you have managed to consistently exceed expectations of your students, of me, of the rest of the college leadership team, and of senior level administration at the university by the way you have adapted and have managed to excel during this really difficult transitional time. Thank you for showing us all what it looks like to withstand difficulty with dignity and to excel in spite of it. Your students are appreciative of the work that you do. I'm appreciative of the work that you are able to produce and the ways that you support our students, from your administrator to the staff in the art department to the faculty and to the practitioners. We're also very grateful. Thank you. Sustainable development. You continue to innovate, produce superior research, remain change agents, and make a difference in communities locally, nationally, regionally, and globally. And we're excited to watch you continue to lead while remaining a critical component to our university's conscience, especially as we all participate in our upcoming QEP under the leadership of one of your practitioners in residence, Professor England. We are all appreciative of your collective work and unwavering dedication to justice in all of its forms. If you're a member of the Sustainable Development Department, will you please stand and allow us to acknowledge you? Theater and dance. At every turn, you demonstrate your unyielding commitment to your students, your craft, and your discipline. The energy, passion, and commitment of your faculty underpin your students' ability to excel academically, artistically, and in extracurricular work. Your unique ability as artists to bring out the very best in your students and each other does not go unnoticed. Your excellence has been acknowledged by the industry, by various jurors, and is demonstrated by the success of your students. We all appreciate you, and we are happy to acknowledge you here today. Applied Design continues to be a creative juggernaut. This small but mighty department continuously punches above its weight with both its students and faculty consistently winning national and international competitions and awards. This department operates with a sustainability and a growth mindset. And you can see it. And you see it not only in the design output and the practices, but also in the remarkable research that this department produces. Applied Design, I've seen the way that you do differently. And I've seen how much it benefits and empowers your students. And I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the work that you do. Please stand to be recognized. Communication. Your bold move to relocate all of student media into one central location not only mirrors what we see in industry, but this student-first approach allows for the synergy of future communication professionals to learn from one another. In other words, this physical integration leads to experiential learning integration. And the students, some of whom are behind the camera today, remain grateful for that and will benefit the most from this action. Faculty in this department commonly present original research at national and international conferences and consistently receive honors and awards at the same levels. They also lead multiple study abroad programs that expose students to a new way of knowing. Thank you for continuing to lead in a discipline as scholars, as educators, and as practitioners. Please allow us as a college to acknowledge your superior work. We're all grateful to be your colleagues. Sustainable technology in the built environment. You continue to lead not only in industry, but also in teaching and mentoring students. It's no surprise that the top 2 university level 3-minute thesis winners came from this small graduate program. Your ability to innovate and train highly qualified students captures the attention of employers from all over the country. During a recent visit to Raleigh, I was told by friends of the college who hire your students, they said, I prefer to get a student from App State to a student from any other university in the state, including Duke University. Your students work harder, they work smarter, and they are ready to go. But more importantly, they're not only ready to enter an entry-level position, they're ready to lead when they leave your program. So we thank you for the work that you're doing. And the fact that you successfully held the only discipline-specific career fair that the university has ever hosted speaks to the value that employers see in your students. This career fair was a standing room only event. There were nearly 100 employers at the event, and Dr. Yu played an integral role in creating this event where students were able to get headshots, they were able to learn how to pitch to employers on the spot, and then go on to the floor and meet with employers. And I got to see many students receive job offers on the spot that day. That's the kind of transformational work that takes place in this department. And just last month, I had a conversation with Carolyn Coward. She's a member of the UNC System Board of Governors, and she also happens to have a nephew in your program. And she raved about the program, she raved about you as a group of faculty, and she also talked to me about this successful career fair. So thank you for making me look good. Thank you for being a critical part of this college. and we appreciate all that you do. If you're a member of the STBE department, please stand to be recognized by your colleagues. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to acknowledge two remaining groups who are the real heroes of the college. These are the most amazing group of individuals who day in and day out work under the immense pressure of tight deadlines in a hectic and oftentimes thankless role. They remain the glue for our college. They support our faculty, our students, and professional staff. They are resourceful and downright magical. I'm talking about our department administrators. We would like to acknowledge and honor you here today. So if you work as an admin in the college or as a staff member in the dean's office, will you please stand? And I would like the room to acknowledge the hard work and the fact that we wouldn't be able to function without the critical work that you do. Please stand to be recognized by your colleagues. This concludes our awards presentation, our acknowledgement of excellence. We look forward to seeing each of you at our College Connect event. So now it's time to have a great time, get some food, drink, and mingle with your colleagues. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for embodying excellence, and I look forward to seeing you at College Connect.